a release cue, because we didn't talk about that in the other, with the sit, but I want to talk about it a little bit now, just very, very, very briefly. Excuse me. A sit or any behavior, we want the dog to kind of understand that they're going to maintain that position until we tell them that they can be free. So a release cue is just a word that does that, that tells the dog, you're done now, and you can go do what you want. So I use the word okay, and it's really a terrible, terrible release cue, because we say okay so many times in the day, not talking to our dogs. It can be said accidentally. We release our dog. For example, sit. Let's say I'm outside, I'm walking down the street, and meet up with a friend, and we're talking, and I want my dog to stay at my side, so I tell her to stay. And then someone says, hey, you want to go to the movies later? And I go, oh, sure, okay. Well, now, if I said okay, my dog may choose to get up. She didn't, so I gave her a click and a treat for staying there. But so that can be, so you might want to choose a word like free or break or something like that. But don't pick anything that's sort of hard for you to remember. You do want it to kind of roll out of your tongue. So most people tend to say okay, and 95% of the time it's okay. It's okay to say okay, but sometimes just be aware that you can slip up and say it and not really mean it. So anyway, so the okay is just a free. So we get our dog in whatever position we want. In this case, a sit. Good. And I'm going to click and treat that. And then when I want to teach my dog that they can move, I'm going to say my word, okay, and I'm going to move. Yes, good girl. Now, usually I'm not going to treat that, because the ability to go do what you want is its own reinforcement. I don't need to treat on top of that. But the first time or two, for some dogs, they kind of look at you like, what are you doing? So if you move a little bit, sometimes they'll just get up and follow you. If they're really stuck down on the ground and they just aren't sure what to do, they're going to sit and stay sitting. You can toss a treat and tell them, go get it, and let them go and get up to go get the treat. And that'll give you a reset. So that's all it is. Sit. Good girl. Okay. Good job. Good girl. So I'm just going to pat her and tell her she's a good girl at that point. So that is your release cue. And you want that. You want to start using that, because later on when you do stay and things like that, you're going to want it. Okay.